Howdy, gang, and welcome to yet another edition of Terror Time Tea. Again, this is being pre recorded now instead of doing a live stream. I do have the Hellfire Club lamp going on in the background. Might not be able to see it quite as well as you would at nighttime, but trust me, that's what it is. Um, so today's episode of Terror Time Tea is going to be a creepy crawlies episode because I'm going to be talking about Kingdom of the Spiders and the Nest. One, of course, is about spiders. The other is about cockroaches. So, a little word of warning: if you have an aversion to either spiders or like a severe aversion to spiders and or cockroaches, you might want to tune out on this edition of Terror Time Tea. So, um, I'm not going to go through all the housekeeping stuff today because I'm running a little bit late. However, I'm going to try to remember to put the links for the Discord and the Patreon and the Deadites on Deck shop and all of that, plus the sister channel Waiting on Woodstock, and me and Steve's new channel, We Watch Movies, where every couple of weeks we'll talk about the movies we watch. I do have my tea today. This is some spearmint tea, not made fresh from my kitchen or anything with my mint plants. This is pre-packaged spearmint tea, but it is pretty tasty. So, without further ado, let's get to these movies because at 1, in just a few minutes, me and Candace will be on for Friday Foolish, and that will be live. So be sure to tune in a few minutes for that. Um, but you may not see this because this is pre-recorded. So for those of you that don't get to come to either one of these, or don't get to come to Friday Foolish, you'll hear me talk about this probably before the Friday Foolish stream. So let's talk about the William Shatner vehicle, Kingdom of the Spiders. And the reason why I call it a William Shatner vehicle is because William Shatner is pretty much the star of this movie, right? Now, those of you that know me well know that I have a severe aversion to spiders. I do not like spiders. In fact, about a year or so ago, I was sitting back here doing a stream. And for anybody that was watching as I was doing the stream, you probably had a good laugh at my expense because a spider, like a medium sized spider, but they're all big to me. They can be tiny, tiny, and they would be huge to me, crawled across my desk as I was doing the stream. I went back like this. So I do not like spiders. Snakes, rats, other types of rodents. I don't even mind cockroaches. I don't want them in my house because they're nasty little creatures. But I'm not really scared of them. If one crawled on me and I I would be like disgusted because it's nasty, but not because it's a creepy crawly. But spiders, there is just something about spiders that I just don't like. But I will watch spider movies, but I'll be looking around all over the place, thinking I see spiders in every corner. So, Kingdom of the Spiders. What's this movie about? You may wonder. Besides spiders, so this came out in 1977, and it's basically about a small Arizona town that's attacked by tarantulas. And evidently, there are many different types of tarantulas. I did a little research on tarantulas before just because I was curious. And some of them are, mild mannered. Usually the ones I think that people keep as pets, pets, pets generally are calm, will crawl on your arm or whatever. Don't ask me if I've ever had one held in my hand or on my arm because no, I haven't. Okay, even the scene in the Beyond, the Lucio Fulci film, even though most of the background spiders in that one scene are fake, There are some real ones, and that kind of weirds me out. But so the particular tarantulas in this movie, though, are one very venomous and also two very vicious. And there are multiple ones that attack various animals and people in this movie. There's one scene in particular that I'm sorry, but it always makes me laugh. There's a guy that's a pilot that is like spraying the crops and stuff like that for pests, and or maybe he's spraying for mosquitoes, but he's in his plane, he's flying around, and all of a sudden a whole bunch of spiders start crawling up his legs and his torso, his body, and he lets out a scream that sounds like a woman's scream, and I laugh every time I hear this. But you have a Natasha Ryan plays the little girl in this, and Natasha Ryan you may have seen on things such as Sybil. She plays the little girl Sybil. Um, and I believe she is also the little girl in the Amityville Horror movie, the original Amityville Horror. Plus, probably a lot of other movies. But she gets attacked. There's a scene where she's on a swing outside her house, and these spiders are coming towards her, and she has to get saved. So you have animals in peril, you have children in peril, you have all these different, where we feel extreme sympathy for them. You can feel extreme sympathy for the adults too, but generally with me, it's animals and kids. And sorry to say this, but animals in films a little more than kids, okay? But when you put animals and children in peril, extreme peril in one film, yeah, that usually does it for people. Um, but this was directed by John Bud Cardos, and I like this film despite my aversion to spiders of any kind. I do like the film and liked it so much that I even bought the Blu-ray that came out from Code Red a few years back. But I had birthday money, and that's what I used my birthday money on that year, was for this. Or that's one of the things I got. I think it was the birthday or the gift card money that my brother and my sister in law had sent me that year for my birthday. So, not a whole lot of plot to get in the way. It's spiders attacking this town. But if you have not seen this movie, I urge you to watch. If you can find a for free version of this or borrow it from a friend or family member, then by all means do so. You know, and give this one a watch. I consider it a classic. Creepy crawler attack films, animal attack films, insect or arachnid attack films. This is one of my top ones. This is one of my go to films. And I don't want to give away the ending because some of you may think the ending's kind of hokey, but I always found the ending to be very creepy, even though it makes extensive use of miniatures. That's all I'll say, in case you haven't seen Kingdom of the Spiders. And I would have to give this one, I know people think I kind of just throw this rating out there a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and give this 5 deadites out of 5 because I think this is an amazing little animal attack film. All right, so I'm sorry I'm going through this so quickly. I meant to get started earlier with this. I didn't quite get there. But the second one is The Nest. This is a late 80s, 1988 to be exact. I'm not sure if this is a Canadian lens film. Actually, it's a Concord film, so I'm guessing it's not really Canadian. But it does have Lisa Langlois, who is Canadian, I believe, and was also in the classic Happy Birthday to Me. So, again, this is a small, quiet town of Northport. that's being overrun by cockroaches. In Kingdom of the Spiders, you had a small town being overrun by spiders. In this one, you have a small town being overrun by cockroaches. And overrun is exactly what I mean. But here's one other caveat for this film. This little town is not only being attacked by cockroaches, but these cockroaches are able to genetically mutate, which means they literally become whatever they eat, including human beings. And that's all I'll say about that. But again, not a whole lot of plot to get in the way of the story. This is directed by Terrence H. Winkless, and also stars Robert Lansing. It is based on a novel by Eli Cantor. So if you are interested in reading the novel, I visit your local library. I'm a big supporter of libraries. I worked in libraries for many years. Or you might try used bookstores or online like Amazon or something like that. I don't think that I have actually read the book. This is produced by Julie Corman. Um, yes, that Julie Corman, relative of Roger Corman, God rest his soul, who sadly passed away quite recently. Um, but again, not a whole lot to talk about as far as a story. You got cockroaches taking over this small town. But I do enjoy this one. This was a favorite rental when I was a kid. And I remember watching it with my mom, who absolutely hates cockroaches. And I may have watched it with my Aunt Sandy as well. But again, I'm not going to give this one a 5, but just below the 5, I'm going to give this one 4 Deadites out of 5. Highly, highly recommend it. Try to find it for free on YouTube, Tubi, all the usual suspects. And if you can't there, try to find a friend or family member that has this. I don't want anybody to just go out and buy these, blind buy them just because Dana said they're great, right? I don't want to do that to people. Also, be sure to watch other reviews on things. Don't just go by what I say. Shop around, see what other reviews are out there. And also, before I get off of here, because I've got a few more minutes before it's time for Friday Foolish. But me and Steve will be heading to the theater tomorrow to see Deadpool and Wolverine. So hopefully I'll have a Highway to Hell coming up. I still need to put the Highway to Hell up for Maxine. That should be coming soon, as well as a Highway to Hell for Deadpool and Wolverine, and possibly a bonus Highway to Hell for Longlegs if we get to go see that on Sunday. But anyway, that's all for me for now. I'm off like a dirty shirt. But before I go, I want to remind everyone to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have an awesome rest of your Friday and a kick-ass weekend, folks. Let's really have a fantastic weekend because I think we all deserve it, right? So I'm out of here for now. See you guys next time.